New poll of likely Democratic voters in Congressional District 5 shows that despite allegations of misconduct and a federal criminal investigation, Corrine Brown holds a slight lead against her challengers. She has 30% of support to Al Lawson's 27%, LaShonda Holloway trailing in a distant third position. 40% of voters remain unsure. Now, the poll focuses on the new District 5. The lines were recently reconfigured, and they were the subject of a legal battle. Joining us now, Dr. Michael Binder, Director of the Public Opinion Research Lab at UNF. Good morning. Good to see you here.
Good to be here.
Now, Corrine Brown has a few-point lead, but she's not used to being in a dogfight like this. I mean, her political survival may be at stake.
Absolutely, and you alluded to the legal challenge over the new boundaries, and this is part of the reason why. She's faced with half of her district doesn't know who she is, unfamiliar with them, and she hasn't represented them, and she's being challenged by Lawson, who's out from the Tallahassee area.
Now, one of the things I found fascinating is that you've got 3 black candidates there, but their support bases are very different.
Very different support bases. And Corrine Brown is obviously supported by her core constituents here in Duval County. Lawson is getting a lot more support from folks out in Tallahassee geographically. But also, if you want to look at race in this support, Lawson's doing much better amongst the white voters in the district than Corrine Brown is. It's really a fascinating race, and it's going to play out over the next couple months.
When you analyze the poll numbers here, what do you think is going to determine this race?
I think there's 2 things that are really going to matter. One is, can you mobilize your base? Can Corrine Brown get western Duval County and her piece of Duval to the polls in August? And that's a tough ask. Turnout usually isn't very good. And conversely, can Lawson do the same in Tallahassee? The other piece is, and you mentioned it, all these undecided voters. 40% of the electorate doesn't know. A lot of the people west of Duval don't even know they're in Congressional District 5. It's a brand new district for them. They're not familiar with either candidate. So getting to meet these folks, getting name recognition in a positive way, maybe Corrine needs to avoid getting indicted before the election. All those things will help her come August 30th.
Did you get the impression that what happens nationally could impact this as well? Because the fact of the matter is, if you look at the latest polls, Hillary Clinton has like a 6-point lead in most of the polls over Donald Trump. But nobody likes either of the candidates.
Right.
And that begs the question, are they going to turn out and vote? So if they don't, what's that do to District 5 here?
I think the interesting piece is not that people dislike Trump and Clinton, because they do, but because it's taken up so much air out of the room. We have the conventions coming up in a couple of weeks. People aren't even paying attention to the fact that there's a primary on August 30th where there's a couple of dozen races here in Duval to vote for. So people don't even know about this, and they're not even paying attention, thinking about these races, so that would drive down turnout. So if you can get your folks out and you're only talking, maybe turnout 20, 25%, you have a good chance.
Now, I know you've got another couple of polls on the horizon, Congressional District 4 and some others focusing on election 2016. Do you expect any real surprises?
Well, I think that there's a couple, right? CD4 is interesting. There's 3 quality candidates. Rutherford, the former sheriff, Lake Ray, a state senator, and then Hans Tansler, the son of a former mayor who's got a pretty big name in the city. So that's going to be an interesting race. But then we're also going to be pulling on the pension tax and Curry's effort there. And there's a lot of uncertainty about that as well. People just don't know what the details are. So we'll see where people stand.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, but I don't know that people understand it.
No, and I don't think they do either. And it hasn't been clearly explained by the administration. Curry's team hasn't rolled out their campaign just yet. I think that people are waiting to see what comes out when they start advertising and explaining it more. But it's very complicated. The language on the referendum is intricate and difficult to understand.
Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about those polls in the upcoming days. Always a pleasure to see you.
Thanks for having me.